As my heir, William now assumes the Scottish titles which have meant so much to me. He succeeds me as Duke of Cornwall and takes on the responsibilities for the Duchy of Cornwall.
Recently, in a deeply emotional and unexpected address, King Charles III broke his silence to confirm what many have feared, relating to his ongoing battle with a serious form of cancer.
Buckingham Palace, which has announced that the King has been diagnosed with cancer.
With Prince William taking up most duties in place of his father after recent concerns, the royal family faces a crucial moment in its history. How much longer can the King bear this illness before his heir takes over? And what sad announcement did the King make? Join us as we uncover the whole story of Prince William becoming the new King of Britain. King Charles's sad announcement. King Charles's recent health challenges have come as an emotional shock to the nation and the wider world. What began as a routine visit to the hospital for an enlarged prostate quickly turned into something far more serious. During examinations, doctors discovered signs of a separate and more concerning issue: cancer. While the palace confirmed the diagnosis, they chose not to reveal the exact type of cancer, citing privacy reasons. This revelation marked a turning point in the monarch's reign, coming just over a year after ascending the throne. Following his diagnosis, the king began treatment immediately. However, it soon became evident that the effects were taking a visible toll. His once vigorous and energetic appearance shifted, his skin looked paler, and he showed signs of noticeable weight loss. Observers began to notice fatigue and slower movements during his rare public appearances, which were becoming less frequent. Keep watching to know what the king said in his sad announcement. Despite the illness, King Charles remained determined to continue fulfilling his duties. But the toll of cancer treatment could not be ignored. He was even hospitalized briefly on a Thursday due to side effects from his ongoing cancer treatment, leading to the postponement of scheduled engagements. This decision, while necessary, was not made lightly. For a man whose life has been defined by service, rescheduling royal duties due to illness carried emotional weight. His internal struggle, balancing personal health with royal responsibility, was clear. Despite everything, he remained committed to upholding the monarchy's continuity and stability, quietly embodying courage in the face of adversity. When King Charles's cancer diagnosis became public, the reaction was swift and deeply felt. The public, still adjusting to his relatively new role as monarch, was met with the sobering reality that their king was now facing a life-threatening illness. Concerns spread rapidly, not just in the UK but around the world, as headlines flashed the unexpected development. The fact that his cancer was discovered incidentally while undergoing treatment for a benign prostate issue added to the shock. This wasn't just a monarch dealing with age-related health changes. It was a sudden and serious twist in the narrative. Media outlets pounced on the news. While some maintained respectful coverage, others spiraled into speculation. The decision not to disclose the specific type of cancer led to numerous theories. Was it prostate cancer after all? Was it something more acute? As Charles missed more events and his public appearances declined,
he's cancelled his engagements in Birmingham tomorrow on medical advice. That's coming directly from Buckingham Palace.
Speculation about his fitness to rule and the monarchy's future became the dominant theme in news cycles. This growing curiosity was only made worse by the palace's minimal communication. Apart from official statements confirming the cancer and explaining that the king was undergoing treatment, the royal family opted for silence. This strategy was in keeping with tradition, as the monarchy has historically avoided disclosing personal medical details. But in today's media age, that silence created a vacuum quickly filled by rumor, fear, and misinformation. Nevertheless, a wave of public support surged in the face of uncertainty. Messages from citizens, world leaders, and members of the Commonwealth poured in. Despite the lack of detailed updates, the public largely rallied behind the monarch. The concern was not just for the crown, it was personal. King Charles had become a human face behind a historic institution, and people felt deeply connected to his fight. While King Charles navigated this personal health battle, the rest of the royal family stepped in to uphold the monarchy's outward strength. Queen Camilla emerged as a steady and calming presence. Not only did she support her husband privately, but she also became more visible in public, attending events solo and reassuring the public that royal responsibilities were still being met. Her demeanor reflected the quiet resilience often expected of the monarchy during crisis, though she made some comments which were made to the UK press regarding the Italy tour trip, which also coincided with the royal couple's 20th wedding anniversary. She said "dream on" to suggestions that the king might take it easier with his workload or resign. "I think he loves his work, and it keeps him going. And I think it's wonderful, you know. If you've been ill and you are recovering, you're getting better. And now he wants to do more, and more, and more." "That's the problem," said the Queen. "That's what he's driven by, helping others," she said, while on a tour of Italy. Behind the palace walls, the family's strategy was clear: maintain dignity, protect privacy, and quietly adjust responsibilities. Prince William began to step up in new and noticeable ways, taking on a more active role in royal duties as his father underwent treatment.
Prince William resumed his royal duties today amid his father, King Charles's treatment for cancer.
His presence at diplomatic events, charity appearances, and ceremonial functions signaled a deliberate shift without any dramatic announcements. The palace's approach, resisting the urge to explain or respond to every headline, was rooted in tradition. They leaned on the notion that strength comes from steadiness, not disclosure. Still, the lack of transparency had its downsides, fueling continued speculation about the king's condition and long-term viability as monarch. Even so, the royal family continued to receive widespread support. Many respected their desire for privacy and saw King Charles's persistence through illness as a testament to his lifelong commitment to duty. The idea that he would not resign, but rather adapt, spoke volumes about his character. He wasn't stepping away from the throne. He was enduring it. In this quiet yet powerful response, the royal family preserved the dignity of the crown while slowly preparing the public for whatever the future may hold. Let's turn the spotlight to Prince William, the steady force quietly rising in his father's footsteps. Prince William. Taking after his father, Prince William's journey toward the throne has been carefully shaped from birth. As the eldest son of King Charles and the late Princess Diana, William was born into immense expectation and responsibility. From a young age, he has been exposed to royal protocol, public appearances, and a life lived in the spotlight. Over the decades, both his parents influenced his growth. Princess Diana taught him empathy, humility, and the importance of connecting with people from all walks of life. King Charles, on the other hand, instilled in him a strong sense of duty, heritage, and purpose. Even before King Charles's illness was made public, Prince William had already begun to increase his royal presence. From attending high-profile engagements and diplomatic functions to representing the crown at international events, he was visibly being prepared for a more active leadership role. The transition wasn't abrupt. It was gradual and deliberate, mirroring the royal family's desire to ensure a smooth shift from one generation to the next. Now, with King Charles undergoing treatment, William has become even more prominent. He has taken on more public-facing responsibilities, from state events to local engagements. His presence at significant moments such as Commonwealth Day services, environmental summits, and charitable visits has made him the de facto face of the monarchy during this uncertain period. It's clear that the palace has full confidence in William's ability to act on his father's behalf. He is not replacing the king, but temporarily shouldering a heavier load to ensure continuity in leadership and maintain the monarchy's connection with the public. Though it was unfortunate that his wife, Princess Catherine, was diagnosed with cancer during the same period as King Charles.
Kate Middleton now diagnosed with cancer and undergoing chemotherapy.
Prince William has described the sad diagnosis as brutal and probably the hardest time in my life, as he dealt with his wife and father having cancer. In a video interview to mark the end of his week-long visit to Cape Town in South Africa for the Earthshot Prize Awards ceremony, William was asked about his year. "Honestly, it's been dreadful," he said. "It's probably been the hardest time in my life. Trying to get through everything else and keep everything on track has been really difficult. But I'm so proud of my wife, I'm proud of my father for handling the things that they have done. But from a personal family point of view, it's been brutal." Prince William brings a distinctly modern style to his royal responsibilities. Unlike past monarchs who often maintained a formal, distant persona, William has carved out a reputation as a grounded, relatable royal. His leadership is marked by empathy and action, especially around issues that resonate with younger generations. Environmental sustainability, mental health, and homelessness are just some of the causes he's championed. His involvement in initiatives like Earthshot Prize and Heads Together highlights a proactive, solutions-oriented approach to global and social problems. This style is particularly evident in the way he interacts with the public. William doesn't shy away from casual conversations, spontaneous moments, or showing vulnerability. He talks openly about grief, parenting, and the pressures of life under scrutiny. These qualities have helped him build a strong emotional connection with the people, making him appear less like a distant figurehead and more like a public servant in royal clothing. In the face of King Charles's illness, this approach has become even more valuable. William's speeches and public appearances send a clear message. The monarchy is still functioning and evolving. He often avoids overly ceremonial language, opting instead for heartfelt and direct communication. This helps to assure the public that even in uncertain times, the crown remains in steady hands. Still, William's path has not been without challenges. Stepping up so suddenly while also supporting his father emotionally, his wife Princess Catherine and managing his young family comes with considerable pressure. Critics sometimes question whether he can handle the full weight of royal leadership, especially without the long reign of preparation his father had. However, so far he has navigated the transition with balance and grace, leaning on experience, his upbringing, and the solid support network around him, including his wife, Princess Catherine. Behind the formal titles and regal duties lies a deeply personal bond between Prince William and King Charles. Their relationship has evolved over the years from one marked by traditional father-son formality to a partnership grounded in mutual respect and shared responsibility. As King Charles faces a daunting health battle, their connection has taken on new significance, both emotionally and professionally. While the public rarely sees private moments between the two, it's understood that they've had multiple behind-the-scenes conversations about the future of the monarchy. These discussions are likely to have included not just the logistics of royal duties, but also personal values, expectations, and the legacy Charles hopes to pass on. King Charles, known for his environmental activism and thoughtful governance, likely sees in William not just a son, but a capable custodian of everything he has built. Back when Queen Elizabeth II passed away in September 2022,
Buckingham Palace announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
her eldest son, Charles, automatically became King Charles III. This marked a major shift in the British monarchy and also set in motion a reshuffling of royal titles, most notably involving Prince William, Charles's eldest son. One of the most important titles transferred was the Duke of Cornwall, along with the title Prince of Wales, both of which had previously been held by King Charles for decades. The Duchy of Cornwall is a large and historically significant estate established in 1337 to provide income for the heir to the throne. Upon Charles's ascension to the throne, the title of Duke of Cornwall and control of the duchy passed automatically to Prince William, making him the new Duke of Cornwall. This transfer is automatic by law. No formal ceremony is needed. It meant that William and his wife Catherine instantly gained a significant source of income and new responsibilities related to managing the estate. Shortly after becoming king, Charles also named William the Prince of Wales, a title traditionally granted to the heir apparent, but not automatically inherited. This title has deep historical roots in both England and Wales, and signifies the next in line to the throne. King Charles made this announcement during his first speech as monarch. These transfers were more than symbolic. They reflected Prince William's new role as the next senior figure in the monarchy and prepared him for eventual kingship. With these titles came increased public duties and management responsibilities, including oversight of the Duchy of Cornwall's extensive landholdings and charitable work. This transition marked a generational shift within the British royal family. Prince William and Princess Catherine have since taken on more public roles, representing the crown at various national and international events. The seamless nature of this title transfer also highlighted the monarchy's emphasis on continuity and tradition in times of change. However, as King Charles continues treatment, the support of his son remains crucial not just to him personally, but to the future of the crown itself. And in William, he has found a steady hand willing to rise when needed, without rushing the pace of succession. Let's dive into the rumors about the king stepping down and why they don't hold up. King Charles's resignation, debunking the rumors. As King Charles's health challenges became public, so did a flurry of speculation surrounding his future as monarch. Some royal commentators and tabloids suggested that he might abdicate in favor of his son, Prince William. These rumors spread quickly on social media and were fueled by comparisons to modern monarchs in other countries who have stepped down in old age or due to illness. Public curiosity about a youthful, dynamic successor also added fuel to the idea that the king might voluntarily step aside. However, such speculation overlooks the deep-rooted traditions of the British monarchy and the personal philosophy of King Charles himself. In the United Kingdom, the concept of abdication carries heavy historical weight and is far from commonplace. Monarchs are expected to serve for life, barring extraordinary circumstances. The notion of service until the end is a cornerstone of the institution's stability and continuity. Unlike other royal houses, where abdication is occasionally viewed as pragmatic or even graceful, the British Crown maintains a strict line of succession governed by constitutional law and tradition. A sitting monarch does not simply pass the crown to the next in line without major constitutional and political implications. The idea of Charles resigning, which is dramatic and media-friendly, stands in contrast to both his upbringing and his commitment to duty. The British public and the monarchy itself have a long memory. The abdication crisis of 1936, which saw King Edward VIII step down to marry Wallis Simpson, remains a cautionary tale rather than a precedent to follow. It brought about constitutional disruption and lasting stigma within the royal family. For King Charles, who waited nearly his entire life to assume the throne, resignation is not just unlikely, it is culturally and institutionally not likely to happen. To fully understand the reason why King Charles is unlikely to abdicate, one must understand how rare and very disturbing such an act would be in British royal history. The last and only monarch to abdicate the throne was King Edward VIII in December 1936. His decision to step down for love caused not only a constitutional crisis, but also a major rift in the royal family. It altered the line of succession and left an indelible mark on the monarchy's relationship with the British public and Parliament. Edward VIII's abdication was seen as a betrayal of duty and a deviation from royal expectation. His brother, George VI, reluctantly took the throne and restored a sense of stability and purpose to the crown. Edward's abdication had lasting effects, shaping how people view royal duty and strengthening the belief that being a monarch is a lifelong commitment, not something you can simply just walk away from. Unlike monarchies in countries like Spain, Belgium, or Japan, where monarchs have abdicated the throne due to age or declining health, the British monarchy holds to a tradition of lifelong service. For example, King Juan Carlos, the first of Spain, abdicated in 2014 in favor of his son Felipe VI, and Emperor Akihito of Japan stepped down in 2019 because of his ill health reasons. If King Charles' health were to deteriorate to a point where he could no longer fulfill his duties, there remains a formal constitutional mechanism short of abdication: the implementation of a regency. Under the Regency Acts, if a reigning British monarch becomes physically or mentally incapable of performing official duties, a regent can be appointed to act on their behalf. This regency is not the same as abdication. The monarch remains the sovereign in title, but the regent, typically the heir apparent, assumes the day-to-day responsibilities of the crown. In the case of King Charles III, should his health significantly decline, Prince William could be appointed as regent to carry out constitutional and ceremonial duties. This provision ensures that the monarchy continues to function smoothly without necessitating a formal abdication, which carries greater constitutional and emotional weight. The Regency Act is a practical and respectful way to handle situations where a monarch can't fully perform their duties. It balances tradition with the need for strong leadership, letting the monarchy adapt while staying stable. Instead of abdication, it keeps the monarch's role symbolic and ensures things run smoothly. This shows how the British monarchy can be flexible without breaking from its history. King Charles himself has shown little indication that he would consider stepping down. His public statements and actions reflect a man deeply committed to his role, despite personal health challenges. For Charles, the throne is not just a position. It is the culmination of a lifetime of preparation, service, and duty. His resolve to remain king, even in the face of adversity, speaks to both personal determination and institutional continuity. Public expectations also play a role. Despite rumors and debate, many Britons still view Charles as a steadying presence, particularly in times of national and international uncertainty. His leadership, especially during transitions or crises, is seen as reassuring. Abdication, while perhaps welcomed by a few seeking a quicker transition to the next generation, would upend the long-standing image of royal perseverance. Therefore, the most likely scenario going forward is a gradual increase in Prince William's responsibilities under the King's supervision, possibly evolving into a formal regency only if Charles's condition requires it. This approach maintains the monarchy's integrity while ensuring it remains effective and connected to the public. Prince William's growing visibility and role in royal affairs have fueled speculation that he may soon take the throne. However, William has made no public moves suggesting he wishes to hasten this transition. On the contrary, his actions demonstrate a profound respect for the institution and for his father's ongoing reign. William's increasing duties are simply a reflection of his status as heir apparent and a response to the evolving needs of the monarchy. The role of an heir is not to replace the monarch prematurely, but to support and prepare. As William takes on more engagements, attends global events, and provides a modern face for the crown, he is carefully walking a line between leadership and deference. his presence is not a sign of a coming succession, but rather a show of readiness for the future. Public perception of William's preparedness is largely positive. Many see him as a capable, compassionate, and forward-thinking royal, someone who can lead the monarchy into a new era when the time comes. But for now, that time has not yet arrived. The crown remains firmly on King Charles's head, and William's expanding role is not about replacing his father, but honoring and supporting him. It is obvious that the king won't be stepping down from the throne anytime soon. But what do you think? Will Prince William make a fine king? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe for more. Also, be sure to click on the next video on your screen. You will enjoy it.